Welcome to the fourth and final part of my top 32 Mario Kart Wii tracks. This video will cover my 8th favorite through my number 1 favorite. I hope you enjoy. My 8th favorite track is Coconut Mall, which is the second track in the Flower Cup. This is my favorite track in Mario Kart Wii's Flower Cup. This is one of the most unique tracks in the Mario Kart series, taking place not only inside a mall, but also outside it as well. I like how there are a couple of sections with escalators on both sides. One is going forward, and the other is going backwards. I constantly have to be watching to make sure I go on the right escalator to avoid slowing down. There is a neat shortcut at the beginning that goes through a store, and the first floor can even be avoided entirely by continuing on this shortcut. One mushroom cannot cover the entire shortcut without slowing down, though one mushroom is enough to cut through the store. The end is clever, since I have to be careful of the cars while trying to hit the speed boosts. That fits in well with the chaotic music. Probably the most interesting thing about this track is the out-of-bounds glitch, which has a lot to explore. Completing this glitch successfully can even count as a lap, which is why the world record time for this track is under a minute. This is a very fun and greatly designed course. My 7th favorite track is Grumble Volcano, which is the 4th track in the Star Cup. If I am correct, this is the only track out of all 145 Mario Kart tracks that is lava-themed while not being a Bowser's Castle track. It reminds me a bit of Lethal Lava Land from Super Mario 64, another great lava stage. What is neat about this track is that parts of it gradually fall off into the lava. Therefore, this narrows the road, making the track even more difficult to navigate. That also makes it more chaotic and fun, which fits in with the intense music. Other intense features are the fire snakes and the lava that falls onto the track. Avoiding both of these can be a challenging task. I like how the end gives me a choice of 2 paths to take. I prefer the left one because the jump is a really fun way to finish the lap. There are 2 shortcuts that are like glitches. One is done by hopping off a rock, which cuts off a decent portion of the track. The more challenging shortcut is done by going onto a rock at the beginning. Circling around it correctly can count as a lap, which is why the world record for this track is done in an incredibly short amount of time. This track is so much fun with a great design. My 6th favorite track is Bowser's Castle, which is the 3rd track in the Special Cup. This is certainly my favorite Bowser's Castle track in Mario Kart Wii, and I believe it is the most unique. The road is wavy near the beginning, and tricks can be done off the waves. That is followed by thwomps and 90-degree turns. Following that is the neatest part of the track. There is a structure of what appears to be dry Bowser, and he is spitting fireballs. Dodging these can be done by using the half pipes on the sides, similar to avoiding the sand in dry ruins. However, it can be hard to steer in the right direction after using a half pipe, especially when a vehicle with low handling is used. Up ahead are split paths, where the right one can be used to perform a glitch that allows the racer to go through the ceiling. Following that is lava, thwomps, a fire bar, and finally lava spouts. The several features of the track and the music, which is apparently a slowed-down remix of Maple Treeway's music, makes for an incredible track, and yet 5 tracks in this game beat it. My 5th favorite track is Rainbow Road, which is the 4th track in the Special Cup. This is my favorite track in Mario Kart Wii Special Cup. This track is beautiful, especially because it takes place in outer space. A cool detail is that Earth can be seen. A lot of elements included in the course make it an excellent track. The beginning is epic, as it is very steep, downhill, and has speed boosts. If I have a vehicle and character combination with a low weight stat, a player can easily knock me off the track in that beginning section. Following is a jump and a tight turn that can be hard to navigate with an outside drifting vehicle. This is especially true if a trick is done off the jump. A bit later is a wavy road, similar to Bowser's Castle's beginning. This transitions to a figure eight where tricks can be accomplished. Shortly after is a star cannon that is quite beautiful. A fork in the road lies ahead, where none of the paths are particularly easy to take. If I'm not careful taking the speed boosts on either side of those paths, I can fall off the track. A jump and a few speed boosts await, and that concludes a beautiful course. The music is also pretty enjoyable to listen to and flows with the track nicely. My fourth favorite track is Diaz Delfino Square, which is the third track in the Banana Cup. This is my favorite track in Mario Kart Wii's Banana Cup. The difficulty of this track is great for the Banana Cup. Not too easy and not too difficult. The music for this track is one of my favorites in Mario Kart Wii. It is so nice to listen to, and it fits in with the track nicely as well. The detail for this track is abundant, making it great both visually and audibly. The design is great as well. Some takes place in a town with a split path, and some takes place outside where there is water. Tricking over the water with a mushroom is fun to do and makes for a good shortcut. A better shortcut is further ahead, where a speed boosting item can be used to cut across the mud. Near the end is an awesome bridge that changes its position. If it is open and high, tricking off of it is really fun. This is an awesome track that isn't too complicated, but is very enjoyable nonetheless. My third favorite track is GCN DK Melon, which is the third track in the Lightning Cup. Not only is this my favorite track in Mario Kart Wii's Lightning Cup, but it is also my favorite retro track in Mario Kart Wii. Shortly after the beginning is what I consider to be the coolest cannon in the Mario Kart series. It gives an awesome view of the track that can be improved upon by pressing the A button on the Wii remote. This allows me to look backwards and admire the incredible view. An exciting trip down the mountain awaits. At the beginning is a face in the mountain, and it doesn't look too happy. Anyway, there are some jumps, and later some boulders. There are also very tight turns that can be tough to make with a vehicle like the Jet Setter. A half pipe can assist with one turn, though. There is a great shortcut similar to the one in DK Summit, which can be accomplished by going over the abyss. An awesome, rickety bridge closes the track. The music fits in as well. This track is truly an adventure. My second favorite track is Maple Treeway, which is the third track in the Star Cup. This is another beautiful track, as it appears to be taking place in autumn, where the leaves are a brownish orange. The music is fantastic, with a really nice melody. At the very beginning of the track is a shortcut to the right. A speed boosting item is recommended, although a vehicle with good off-road can be efficient as well. Then there is a cannon, which goes through a wall of leaves. The track is loaded with leaf piles, in which running into them can release a banana or even a mushroom. There are a couple of wigglers, which can obstruct my path. Running into them doesn't spin me out, but I am bounced back. Near the end is a really fun, wavy bridge, which it was unfortunately replaced with a glider in Mario Kart 7. Up ahead are a couple of routes that can be bounced off of, although the speed boosting ramps on either side are faster to take. Then there is an awesome out-of-bounds glitch, and accessing it takes place right before the wavy bridge. Doing it correctly, which is difficult to do, lands me on the bottom of the track. Exploring down there is a lot of fun, almost as fun as exploring Coconut Mall's out-of-bounds glitch. In conclusion, this is a genuinely amazing track, but one track beats it. My favorite track in Mario Kart Wii is none other than Koopa Cape, which is the second track in the Star Cup. Not only is this my favorite track in this game, but it also happens to be my favorite track in the entire Mario Kart series. There is no denying how fun and unique this course is. It gives a Mario Kart racer pretty much all they could ask for. Does it have good music? Check. Does it have shortcut opportunities? Check. Does it have unique, new, and old features? Check. The first obstacle encountered is Goombas, a classic enemy. What follows is a cool section with rushing water. This gives me extra speed. The water can be helpful because if I get hit by an item in the water, I can accelerate faster than usual. Going to the side gives me the opportunity to obtain an item box, although I will lose the extra speed. Ahead I go into a pipe with the sound effect included, and I find myself underwater. The physics of actually being underwater weren't introduced until Mario Kart 7. However, Mario Kart Wii made being underwater possible by having the racers drive in a pipe that is submerged. There's rushing water inside the pipe, which is cool, but there are also these things that spin. If I run into one, I shrink and drive slower for a few seconds. One more turn with water to avoid on the side brings me to the end of the lap. This track is absolutely extraordinary. Thank you for watching part 4 of 4. I thank everyone who watched this part, and I especially thank everyone who watched all 4 parts.